What's up, guys? My name is Colin Brandon. Today we are breaking down who is going to win the Power 5 Conference Championships, and we're probably going to break it down all the way through the College Football Playoff and the National Championship. So bear with me. It's going to be a lot of fun, and if you guys have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please hit a thumbs up. You can also wait to the end of the video. You don't gotta you just give me the eye test right now. Maybe you wait and you check out my body of work, and at the end, reward me then. But hey, all that politics besides the point. Let's get into it. So, Pac-12 Championship, Friday night, 7 o'clock. Going to be a lot of fun, okay? It's almost going to be more fun that Washington had corona issues. Now they're out. It's going to be Oregon USC. I think it's going to be a better game than Washington USC would have been. I think Oregon is a lot better than what their record shows. They're a good team. They're a good team. And that's just, an easy way to say. USC, though, they can put up a lot of points in a little bit of time. Very fun to watch. I favor USC in this game. And USC is going to be your Pac-12 championship. Not going to make the college football playoff because, unfortunately, a 6-0 Pac-12 champion is pretty much as good as a Group of 5 champion this year. And that's just how it is. And the college football playoff did that to the Pac-12. And that's just politics. Don't get me started on that. To our next conference, okay? We're going Big Ten, 11 a.m. Central Time on Fox, Northwestern versus Ohio State. I got Ohio State. Wish I could pick Northwestern because that would be a lot of fun. How fun would an upset be in Northwestern Ohio State game? Definitely be enough to knock Ohio State out of the playoffs. Right now they're sitting as the 4 seed. That'd be a lot of fun. One can only dream, right? But I got Ohio State winning and in the playoff. Then we got Oklahoma, Iowa State, 11 a.m. on ABC. That one is also going to be a lot of fun. I do not think Iowa State is going to steal another win from Oklahoma. I think that Oklahoma is going to win this game and probably win it by a touchdown or more. Oklahoma's been playing some great football lately. They really have. Spencer Rattler has been looking really good. They started off cold, yeah, and he's new to the system. I mean, he's been there a year, but he's new to being the guy. And I think that he's kind of figuring it out. Oklahoma actually has looked pretty good. I would not be surprised if they won by more than a touchdown. That game is going to be a ton of fun. That is one I have circled. Definitely tuning into. So this is the priority of watch. Definitely gonna watch the Pac-12 championship. Definitely gonna tune in for maybe the first quarter of the Northwestern Ohio State game. When that game's out of hand, I'm all in on this Oklahoma Iowa State game. That game is going to be so much fun. Then at 3 o'clock on ABC, right after that Oklahoma-Iowa State game, you don't even have to change the channel. We have Clemson-Notre Dame, round 2. And I think that Clemson wins. And I think that they win by more than the touchdown. I think that the defensive players missing in that Clemson-Notre Dame round 1 were enough to make up for, the loss. They lost in overtime without a couple starters on defense, and they lost a couple players actually during the game. And Clemson has one of the best defenses in college football, via total defense, amount of yards that they give up per game. Clemson is, I believe that they're number 1. They were number 1 as of last week. It could have changed over the course of the past week. But regardless, they still have a phenomenal defense, if completely healthy, which I think that they should be. This game is going to be a lot of fun. I expect Clemson to take control. Maybe not early. Maybe it could take a little while, but I do think that they will win convincingly. And Clemson and Notre Dame will probably be safely in the playoff. Unless Clemson absolutely just destroys, I think that they're both in the playoff. Then we got Alabama, Florida, 7 p.m. on CBS. All these times are central, so please don't go missing, part of a game because you heard me say a wrong time. I would feel really bad. Check your local listings, and it should all be on the same channel. That should be the same, but the time might be an hour or two different depending on where you guys live. Alabama, Florida, 7 p.m., CBS. I got Alabama. I think that they are a shoo-in to win. If you guys understand the joke, it's a bad joke. It's a shoe joke. Marco Wilson cost Florida a playoff spot. Oh my goodness. I thought I should do maybe a breakdown on that, but I've already seen a bunch of them. Didn't want to beat a dead horse, Wow. What a way to lose a playoff. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking Alabama, Florida. I think Florida's offense is going to just be too much for what Alabama, or for what, no, wait. I'm tripping. I think Alabama's offense is going to be way too much for what Florida can do on defense. We saw how they looked against LSU last week. They didn't look great. LSU actually looked pretty good, though. Yeah, that kind of confused me. Like, I don't really know what happened there. I mean, besides the shoe throwing costing them a playoff spot, I still don't think that Florida has a chance on defense to stop Alabama. Florida has an offense that is powerful enough to stay neck and neck, but something's going to give, and I think that it's going to be something on Florida's offense that gives before it's something on Alabama's defense. Alabama is just too good on both sides of the ball, and Florida's really just a one-trick pony with that offense. And then I got Alabama in that one. Alabama, probably by multiple scores, if we're going to be real. So this is how the college football playoff is going to shake up, okay? I think that the 1 seed, and I believe that's going to be the Sugar Bowl that I have these teams going to. That's just off the top of my head. I got Alabama is going to be playing Notre Dame, and Notre Dame is going to be in as the 4 seed. Alabama is the 1, and then Clemson's the 2, and Ohio State is the 3. If you want to argue that Notre Dame is going to be the 3 and Ohio State the 4, that would be fine with me, because I think that that's how the seedings should be. But I don't think they're going to be that way, because I don't think the committee is going to want to see a Notre Dame Clemson number 3 right out the gate in the college football playoff, because it's like just a rematch of the last game they've had. I don't think that would be a very compelling game for people to watch. And so because of that, that's just how the season is going to shake out, in my opinion. And Clemson, Ohio State is going to go to the Rose Bowl. And now in those games, let's do predictions for the Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl, and the National Championship. So my Rose Bowl matchup, like I said, is Alabama, Notre Dame. I got Alabama in that one. I would love for Notre Dame to win because I'm a well-known Alabama hater. But I got mad respect for them. They're playing really good, and I actually kind of like Mac Jones. But all that aside, Alabama I think should win that one pretty big, by a couple touchdowns big. Clemson, Ohio State. Now this is a game that it's still secret. I don't like Ohio State either, but I really do not see this Ohio State defense being able to handle what Trevor Lawrence is going to give them. Michael Penix, good college quarterback. You know, nobody was like, wow, this dude's going to win the Heisman. This dude's going to be the first pick in the draft. Threw for 500 yards on Ohio State's defense. Like, that was the highest throwing game of his season was against Ohio State's defense. I've been saying this all year. I've been seeing the red flags for this Ohio State team is the defense. Yeah, their offense is really good. It's kind of like a Florida situation. Only I think Florida's offense might be a little more. Actually, I don't know. Ohio State has a very explosive offense. I'll give that to them. I will. But But Ohio State's defense, my oh my, they're not like last year's team. They don't have a guy like Chase Young that's going to get into the backfield and disrupt plays. They got some good secondary, especially Shaun Wade. He's a great player. He's playing on Sundays for sure. But he's one guy. He can take away one, maybe two options on any given play. Trevor Lawrence and the Clemson offense, they like to score. They like to score fast. They don't just throw like little 5-yard slant routes and see what happens. They're going deep. They're running post routes. This Clemson offense is something that Ohio State will not have seen this year. Yeah, they've seen it in past years. They saw it last year. Barely lost to it last year. Some would argue that Ohio State probably should have won that game. A couple calls go the wrong way, and Ohio State ends up losing. I don't think that's what's going to happen this year. I do not think it's going to be close. Clemson has a very good team this year. Very good on offense, very good on defense. And I think that they're going to kind of show why it might have been a mistake to put a 6-win Ohio State team in the playoff. And you Ohio State fans, I'm sorry, and I could be very wrong, but I think that the majority of people throughout college football that are not Big Ten fans would agree that, is Indiana actually that good? And they played within a touchdown of Ohio State. Ohio State didn't give up just a bunch of points to Indiana. They gave like a bunch of points to Penn State too, and I think Sean Clifford's very good. And I've gotten a lot of heat for saying Sean Clifford's good because people don't like him. But besides the fact, I think Clemson runs the table, beats Ohio State. I spent a little too much time on that, as you can tell. I'm a little angry at just the hype that Ohio State gets, because the defense, this Ohio State defense is probably the worst it has been in a few years. Last year's defense was really good. The defense when the Bosa's were there was really good. The defense of their national championship team was really good. This Ohio State team, it fits a different mold. Their offense is phenomenal. Their run game is not the same. It's picked up in the past couple of weeks, but it's not the same as that national championship winning team. Ezekiel Elliott, but it's unfair to compare to that. It's not the same as last year either. J.K. Dobbins was a stud. These guys are not J.K. Dobbins. This defense is not last year's defense. This game against Clemson is not going to be as close as last year's game against Clemson. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Maybe not for Ohio State fans, but it's going to be a bunch of fun. All right, I spent a little bit too much time on that. Now let's talk national championship. National championship is going to be Alabama versus Clemson. And I think Alabama's going to win it. I really do. It's kind of like Star Wars. It's like Alabama's the Empire, Clemson's the Rebellion, and then they blew up the Death Star a few years ago when they got that first win in 2016. But now Clemson's kind of been there so long enough that it's like turning to the bad guy, like as we saw like in Batman. He's not the hero that college football deserved. It's the one that they needed, or the one that they wanted, or whatever. I'm slaughtering the line, but you guys get the point. They've stuck around long enough to see themselves become the villain. But I think Alabama's going to win it. I think that between John Mechie, well, it's funny I lead off with him when Devontae Smith's one of the best players in football. But between Devontae Smith, John Mechie, Najee Harris, this Alabama team's going to have way more weapons than any team that Clemson has faced so far. And that's the truth. And they're pretty solid defensively. Not like, other Alabama teams defensively. Like, they're not a great defensive team. But they're better than what Ohio State is. And they're better than what Notre Dame is defensively, I would say. So yeah, Alabama, 2021 national champ. Book it. Don't go betting on it though, because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm rooting for Clemson to win. I really am, because I think that's the lesser of all evils in this. Thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and please don't hold it against me when I get all these picks wrong. Hey, as much as it would suck to get all of them wrong, it would be pretty cool if that happened, because it would just be upset city. And who wouldn't like to see that, other than you giant lovers? Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. Hey, and if your team didn't do great this year, don't worry. There's always next year. At least we got college football this year, when there was so much up in the air and doubt. Kevin Warren waiting so long to play, it almost cost him a playoff spot. Wait, sorry about that. It just comes out every once in a while. Yeah, like, subscribe, stay tuned for next time. And let's enjoy these last few weeks of football.